Hi, everybody, and welcome to my first paranormal podcast. Um, Please bear with me. I am in the middle of moving right now, so I don't have the proper equipment out for recording. All I did was basically hang out with my friend, hit record on my phone, and we just had a conversation. So if the audio sounds a little wanky, it's because I just couldn't get anything out of the boxes right now. But next podcast, hopefully, it will be much better. Today, I want to introduce my friend Guido. We've known each other for over, I think, 7 years now. We met each other in 2013. Always had a great time hanging out, talking about paranormal things, movies, TV shows, you name it. And I invited him today to be my first guest. And we are just going to talk about Siribana and his experience growing up in that neighborhood. And I'll probably share some stories as well. I did not grow up in Siribana, but I grew up in North Aruba, in the close to the hotel area. And yeah, believe it or not, there are some paranormal stuff that goes on there as well. So just stick around, stay tuned. I hope you guys enjoy this. Leave any feedback for me, leave any comments of any other stories you guys would be interested for me to talk about with anyone. And of course, DM me if you want to be part of this podcast. I would be more than happy to invite you as a guest and talk about paranormal stuff together. We are going to jump right into the story. There are going to be no introductions, unfortunately, because my iPad, for some reason, didn't record the first part of the podcast. So, excuse me if it's just abruptly starting, but it is what it is. As promised, next podcast will be better.
We're driving on Ayo, busca Taco Bell, nós chilling. Apesar a rock formation, right? Man, piedra que não, então one point em piedra, mas lá como é. Ando sempre que brito. So nós llega, chilling, pa fora de curar, cause I was like, I'm not entering that shit. Like, I know, like, not to. Plus, eu broer atrás.
Oh, on Noche, right?
This was like 8 or 9.
Okay.
Ando de suas, basta cabrito tá kind of thing, normal. Like, that's where they sleep, that's where they, basta eat, wake up, and then they go for their routes. But there was this one motherfucker that climbed all the way to the top. Op de wakken chubato. En dan zei preto, obviously it looked preto.
Yeah.
So basa, kana yegas in the key. And then, you know, he was on all fours and then he just gets up on two. Like, does the whole, like, hands go back. But like, supia nang akeda in that, like, the cabrito bent.
I don't even know si es normal. I don't know if go to do that.
I was thinking the same thing. I was like, porta ela bedis how to the moon or something? I don't know.
To see.
Ando suave. And then, you know, he gets up on two. And, you know, the cacho, I look like it just kind of turned.
What?
Like,
Boasu cacho rotates to a
ela
different
mane
position?
rotate mane as ela stand up, full su curva, mane bira slim and largo. And mane aina etatin su hoofs. So that didn't change. Pero, like, ela mane, Buno por a que cara bom, but it looked like basa like
a morph.
It was like a morph. En de kaatje basa, een chubatsu kaatje nang hoop je na de manier af naar de gewoon punta bij patras, gewoon straight, af naar de het draai. Dus toen dat gestreed.
Yo, that literally sounds like.
But it curled up by patras, and as it basa, it climbs up and then it screamed. Pero basa un capito grita, it sounded the same. Maar keer toen gewoon chubato. But as it was screaming, it gets more and more scary, louder and louder. I think it was like 5 seconds down there. And as soon as it did that, you could see like a redness coming out of it, like as it was going up, like screaming. And I was like, Maurice, let's get the fuck out of here. We say bankinam, birkinam, because it's, you know, a complicated way-ish, if you don't know it. So then birkinam, parkinam. And he's like, what the fuck, let's get out the car right now. So I'm naming oma tabiba, we eerst cerca. So nós chega nang baf auto de viaja, espanto, pits, muhan, Taco Bell aqui atrás. Então, basta me conta nang história, and me wele gewoon meneer waak me omo te kanya. Freddy, mabisabo. Me omo nang kita they're very special.
Okay.
And I mean that with their what they believe in and what they act, and like me the fundo omo, he never went to school, but he's one of those people who lesa tea leaves. He's the one who
Really?
does the cigars and
That's so
numeri
cool.
auto, bingo. Ito gana loto constantemente. No loto katochi. Like andou to be agana esta parte pa nos tour, which was amazing.
Dom.
See, but you know, he was a don, but he was still like.
No, he was just gifted in other ways.
See,
He wasn't gifted
but
in
he was
normal.
still not on the hierarchy. And plus, there was always the two brothers. There was always them two. They had chickens, they had goat, they had farms and shit like that. And then at one point he was like, "We're done with caprito." So, outro homem também é Freddy. Men é praticum, what the fuck, man? Men no. So diablo tá canando rond, também é chubato, dus ons nota bij hode kunang mas. And I found this story after my experience with Maurice na Ayo. But no one would believe him. Like no one would believe that, you know, he says that it's a canando rond. But then he's like, yep, I knew it. I knew it was gonna be an eye affirmation. And I think it's like, broer had to be the tras. And like he was going out of it, like he was pissed. And then, ora de como acontece, ela diz, mané, diz no vai na noite mas, ela come para o diablo, grita ya gente. And I was like,
Well,
like,
there's
then,
a lot of stories now about the diablo to be shit on.
Die hoop din like din a nostra hoop cabrito.
So,
Lanta. Like it's not my first one. We also have, there's also one more story.
go on.
It's like an in my family story. I think it's one of those things that I don't like telling it because I have proof.
Because you have proof?
Because it's very unbelievable. Like me mama.
But you have proof?
No, not physical proof, but like testimonial proof. Like my mama wake, Luigi wake, Manuela wake, mi tanta wake, mi wela
We have
sadije.
eyewitnesses,
Like
my
mi
friend.
wela sadije. It come from this one house that we all consider a very haunted house, because the woman who lived there was a witch.
Uh-huh.
Like she came from no one knows where. They call it poliso. It's just like you come with the boat. Na hayaba den bari den boto. Like coming from who knows where. And you're just a kid. And they have poliso. So you know, they don't know where you're from, they don't know who you know, who sent you.
This is the woman that you're talking
This is the woman that I'm talking
This is her
about. We
backstory.
call her Seraphine.
That name, too.
Right.
What the-
I'm not sure how it happened, but she married in the family.
Your family, bro?
She married in my family. Shortly after, the husband died. But it cas, Josie. After la morte, un tanto di mabini hulana baby now moved out.
No one
Because-
second.
Siribana. But this house, we believe, is the portal. We believe that that's the house that is the portal because she did a lot of brujeria. She would walk around outside just like, you know, screaming or like chanting things. She would dance around. She would literally just dance, screech, stop, lift up her skirt of
She
gown, pishi,
Stop.
and continue to scream and do shit. She would bury gold. Like she would collect money, put it on them blake di leche, and to bury it. Like she would do a lot of creepy things. Her way of getting money is brujeria. She would tell people fortunes. She would curse people for you if you pay her. E also
Oh my god.
vende comida. Like that's her front. Her front is vende
sell
pastiche, vende
food.
croquete, vende trigideca, vende
Well, catch me at
frio.
12 a.m. if you want a reading.
Sério,
That's
né? Da
crazy.
maneira, chega 2 ou 3 horas mais do gano, você tá matando coño.
Samatungai. Oh my god.
And
that's
she used to
crazy.
slaughter chickens
I
and
believe
like play
that.
with chicken blood. Like my mom would tell me like she did this. I never met her. I was too young. Anto mi mama tá contando. Ora não tá young. Tá, mas eu digo passe lá te casa, hein. Anto ito tá grita nang. Basta home ni.
Like, just scream?
Just scream at them for random things. Anto she just wanted you to look at her, because that's how she would get you.
Stop it. I'm
Like
scared.
they say, like if you look at her, she'll like make eye contact with you and like she'll just
Eye contact is a very strong.
And they say like as soon as you make eye contact with her, she will just enter your soul and just like
Okay,
take
so do you want
you.
me to tell you a fact about this?
Go ahead.
Here's a fact, the eye contact. Mabai doctor dia ha. And doctor dia ano ta família de minha mama.
Wow.
Pero ito un medical doctor, he's a herbalist, so he believes in just natural
Alternative.
remedies. So I went there because I had stomach problems. And we just had a whole conversation about spirituality because turns out he's like very,
Into it.
yeah, he's very into it. Aparentemente he healed a lot of people.
Nice.
And he told me that your right eye
if people look you in your right eye, they're trying to read your soul, because this is where your soul lies, in your right eye.
Okay.
So he always says when you're greeting someone and you want to make an impact or a really strong impression, and you give them a hand, walk them in their right eye. Don't focus on their left eye, focus on their right one.
Wow.
So about to make an impression, and that's the
What
window
a power
to your soul.
move.
So, and now I do that all the time.
Nah, I think I'm gonna do that
So,
too
now I do. Ahora me conocen mi gente, doing a very firm handshake, and I make sure I focus into their right eye.
Okay, that's interesting.
But yeah, that's interesting como dice que mujer she wants to see you, because that's probably how the fuck she does it.
Grita tu hand, and if someone was like, what the fuck is wrong with her, and you look at
And
her.
I mean, being con your mama, I'd probably look her in the eye too and do challenge her, because they don't challenge them.
For real, like my mom's a bad bitch too. So, you know, she was like, at first, she was like, no, I'm in the fuck with nada, but then she was like, nope, man.
Nah, fuck that, I'm not gonna risk it.
One of those
Why
people.
would you risk it?
But this experience is a very long one, because it's a childhood one. And this was when I was 10. Yes, 10. Corbeis, open. Iribabal. Yung primo ko tabi bedenka so sa corribabal. Like after school, me dabei na mi wela, cause casto hopi leu. So basta ay nang ta after school days. Nanga abandon a house kaba. Na abandon it, dus mi tanta bula ding, dus is kemen no fuck that, la bula fo. La letterlijk bij bier na casa bandi jep, so she couldn't live there.
Okay.
And anos, baby, as the word is. At first we were like, no, I'm not gonna get because one, we don't know if the door is locked. So we just decided to walk around the house.
Outside.
Yeah, just went around the property.
¿Cuánto tiempo was it abandoned?
About 2-3 years, maybe 5.
Mm-hmm.
So it was abandoned. It was definitely abandoned.
So it was
like
looking a little scary, cow.
Oh my god, it was like grass was growing,
yeah.
You know, all that. So but at one point we did not, because we don't want to get caught. So the first thing we did was look through a window. Dat in cortina. Yung bentana abri, yung porta abri, and you could just see a cortina. But in some rooms separated com cortina, not in porta, com cortina, and you would see the cortina just like whoosh up. And then, you know, we were shocked, so we kept looking, like, what the fuck is going on? And then you see a hand, like an old ass hand with like a giant ring, like a giant golden ring with like a gem that I have no idea what it is. Don't even know what color it is. I think it was like red, purple kind of looking. And just kind of went to open the curtain, and as soon as getting like closer to her, we're like, nope. Like we looked away. And then the next day we go back. So this was called net pa mek vakantie. So that shit was wild. Go bij ze na. Baha. I was in the drink. By the front door, it was just open. Not open already, just unlocked. So was that tap unlocked drink. Electricity was working, water was working, cable was working. She had an old ass TV that you could.
There was everything in there?
Everything was working solid. So the first thing we thought, people are living here. Bij de cozinha, não tem nada. Não tem panchi, nada, frigidaire tá baixi, tá also pra cá. And we were like, this is a bit as a stove, because honestly I didn't think of it now, I thought of it. So we were like, nope, fine. So the way this house is set up is, por ejemplo, bathroom door behind me is the front door. And where you're sitting in front of me is the TV, and I'm sitting on a couch with my primo.
Okay.
And
so
on
you
my
can't see you can't see
I can't see the front door. And on the right of you, there's like an open way to go to the kitchen and outside in the back.
Okay.
So we're sitting watching TV, and you know, it comes up. The feeling, the cold comes up.
You guys just went into that house and was like, TV.
We didn't think it was that bad.
Pero kami ba kung hand the day before? Like.
And then, you know, so we're watching TV. I think we were just watching the Spanish TV shows because it was just the basic cable. And then the feeling comes up, the coldness, and then primo ko.
Bira. You're joking.
Suddenly bira, and but I mean not get that yet. So there's basta problema que shit, my mom tá atrás de mim, like I'm fucked, like my mom, me tanto, me wheel, someone's here to like kick us out. Bira whack, boom. There's just this woman. You know it's an old woman too, because they're like small and
Like who's hunched over a little
hunched
bit.
over. Tinha cabelo preto, assim, aqui com mane dilante, assim. You don't see a face. You do see like a mouth. Kuta mane
Scowling.
like, what the fuck is this? At first I was like, this bitch is real. Like, she's a real person.
Okay.
I thought, okay, sabe, tu morre bio kuda bibanda que não. Me primo diz mane. I thought it's some bad time, but we didn't know about the mouth thing, so we didn't care about that. So ela disse que era su saco. And we just got up to run towards the kitchen. So we turned to run towards the kitchen, and she's in there.
What?
Like, she just whooshed in there, and this is where the story gets unbelievable. We see this panther-looking thing just sitting next to her, just like at the dinner
did she
table.
look like
She was just like sitting there.
Did she look like she was made out of flesh, or did she have like? Was she see
It
through?
was very silhouette. It wasn't see-through, but it was like blurry.
Could you see what she was wearing?
Yeah, honestly, I just call it grandma clothes. Tela mane, antiki, hopi fini, but also rough at the same time.
Sad. That is really a grandma clothes.
And with like very, like, not bad, but like with random prints, like almost tiger looking prints, but it was like black and like purple style. And she was just like sitting there, and the thing was sitting next to her.
In the kitchen.
In the kitchen. And then there was another doorway to go out. So there's the front door, there's the kitchen door, and then there's the door with Pirenta Kura. So we broke that door to get out. We just like, as soon as we ran towards the kitchen, we saw it, we turned to the other door, and we're just like, nope, this is it. Jump, kick, broke it open. It was old, thank God. And we just ran away. Like, we ran towards the bikes, grabbed bikes, run, and we just ran.
So you saw a creature standing
That creature is what we've all seen. We've seen Ami, Luigi, Manuel, mi mamma, mi tanta. At mi primo nang di outra família que tu vive na Siribana, Ayuake. So, ding Siribana tem mondi, right? Tem mondi que também connect to the houses nang. So, we buy via mondi pang outra rena su casa. Na mi vela su casa. Het gewoon, basta tem curar para trás, basta grande toch? Terreno, ando te pegar que mondi. Also young, we hope you. I'm not sure mess. And then when it gets late, obviously they tell us to come in, blah blah blah. Until that one day we were like, no, we're not fucking going in, we're fucking staying outside. We've come to learn why. At certain hours we have to be inside. Because that's the time that the creature walks home.
Walks home?
That's what that's in a manner of speaking. Because I'm a Luigi before, and he just stands up and it's like shocked. And I'm going to take it further up, I was also younger, so I was not care much. Luigi, para stop. This is Habitat para stop. And we saw it walk in front of us, just cruza by ding and mondi, by casa. Apparently, oh, my mama was chiquito, e tama walking.
But can you like, is it, what
so
does
imagine
it look
a
like?
Panther, right? A panther, those beautiful black cats.
Yeah. And echt pas een panther, like the silhouette of a panther.
The silhouette of a panther.
Rabbit.
I don't remember a tail though. I can't tell you for sure.
It sounds like a hound from hell, to be honest.
But it had like a feline face. Huh. But it was just also like an anatomy of someone who would stand, like not of a cat on all fours, but like it had the anatomy of shoulders down, hips wide.
But it was walking on all fours every time. It was walking
on all fours.
But it looked like
but it was
a person's
too.
body.
It was like a really buff cat.
What the fuck?
Like a really, really buff panther, just like strolling, and it looked around, nothing. Like it would look at you and shit, and it would just walk. My mama eventually conta us about it as well. So we were let us a mansion ku salo ita com canando by casa. And then desde ano com prima awake sentado em casa com that person, that character. We pretty much believe ku inang to suka. That's why I think the portal is inang. Because if that's the house and she can just roam after death, I mean, it's there, se nota e cas, e mondi pegar que cas. So de mondi e tame ti mani ta hopi seco.
Yeah, that definitely sounds like a vortex. And there are different areas na rukun na visiting vortexes. I'll probably just play a video mahayadi by YouTube where this girl explains like how vortexes work and like how certain areas tingmane paranormal hotspots like elements ko porting ne area e pupur lamane enhance it. So I'll probably just play it.
There are natural elements that come from the earth that have been said to heighten paranormal activity in certain locations. Paranormal professionals believe that elements such as limestone and granite capture emotional energy from a traumatic event and absorb energies of spirits, storing horrific and terrifying moments in time. So much so that it causes the effect called the stone tape theory. Buildings that were built over limestone deposits, such as the Stanley Hotel, is known to have extreme paranormal experiences. Yes, that is the actual hotel from the Shining movie.
What kind of rock is this?
Quartz and limestone.
Now, quartz and limestone are said to be very good conductors of energy.
You find a location that has a high level of haunting activity, you're going to find either limestone
Flowing
or
water,
quartz somewhere in the area.
Some natural
Right.
geomagnetic conductor.
Back in school, science has always taught us that water is a conductor of energy. An article on USA Today reads, like the living, ghosts are attracted to water. Water is a great conductor of energy, so if water runs under the house, it's probably a very paranormally active house. This continued free flow of water in the area allows entities to continuously use this conductor as a way to enhance the amount of energy it can obtain. So paranormal beings and spirits can draw their energy from many sources such as electrical storms, geomagnetic fields, power lines, and underground flowing water sources. Take a look at what Dr. Barry Taff and Zach Baggins from Ghost Adventures has to say.
Are there any explainable reasons why there is such a strong geomagnetic force there? Is there a fault line there?
The part of Benedict Canyon is actually acknowledged by the U.S. Geological Survey as a geomagnetic anomaly site. The geomagnetic field at that particular location is anywhere from 5 to 60 times normal. USGS nor anyone else doesn't know why these forces are prevalent there. From what I've read and heard, that area is considered a sacred site by ancient Native Americans.
We've heard that as well.
It wouldn't surprise me if this unique geomagnetic and electromagnetic environment is one that is captive to the energies and information that came before.
Is the energy of that massacre stored there because of the energy?
In a form we cannot yet comprehend, perhaps.
The normal range of geomagnetic fields are between 25,000 and 65,000 nanoteslas. My parents' neighborhood stands at 400,000. Even NASA believes that these geomagnetic locations are possibly portals that open and close several times per day.
The portal, an extraordinary opening in space or time that connects travelers to distant realms. A good portal is a shortcut, a door into the unknown, and a NASA-funded researcher has figured out how to find it.
Alright, so that's it. You don't have any more stories? Kung pensa dyan di Siribana? Because that's the topic we're focusing
Biti
on.
over di Siribana pa pinaplat.
Okay.
Mi mama conta. Dia elabay na mi dad. Back then, they were dating. Anto, there's like a bridge. This way, di ba sa alibay? Richt ng pinaplat. Basta pa binita ko bella of the McDonald's. No. Eventually, there's like another bridge. And when she was getting closer to that bridge, suddenly, her door is locked. Like all the doors, like it's an old car, just locked. You know, freaked out. First she didn't understand it, but then she kept driving. But it all happened a little fast. And she said she looked in the mirror and she saw someone sitting in the back, like some dude with like a sombrero hat looking thing.
Good God.
But like she can hardly see him in the mirror, but she can see him in the back, like in the middle. Like just like sitting, chilling in the back. And then my mom freaked out. Looked at the road, kept looking at the road, then the mirror, then the road, then the mirror. And every time she looked at the road, looked in the mirror, it wasn't there. Road, mirror, it was there.
Oh,
So it would skip one.
every other time.
Yeah. And I think this happened like once or twice. But then she saw a light in front of her. And she kind of like realized, like, wait a minute, I'm driving. And she looked again, and it was there.
You scared me.
So when she came back, like kind of like to the road, like more focused to the road, she looked again, and when she looked, it was there. And then it just kind of moved up. Like it just like, basically it got up. Nakaulanta. The orala lanta. Basta it just when it disappeared, because my mom like looked back to the road because she was like, nope, fuck this dude.
Yeah.
And then that's kind of when she realized, like, she already passed the bridge. She was like, oh my god, I'm here. Oh my god, I'm this close. Like she kind of like realized, like that's when she looked at her surroundings. So she showed up in tears, like freaking out. Basta breken auto ba ni mahos. And then gewoon kwanta to henda man kikapasa, because you know everybody was worried. And of mi tata ta kon sama na konta ko. There was this dude who takana di bar pa bar. Yung henda ta to do ni lift. So a guy kita just kana di bar pa bar. And dat to ora eta pidi henda lift ba ni caminho. Yung henda do ne. Until one day yung henda pa sa yo aperibe bro.
Oh my god.
And that's how he died.
Oh, so the legend is like
I'd like
it's a hitch a ride from
that's like the
point
story.
A to point B.
I think like that's how my grandma tried to console my mom. To be like,
it's okay, it was nothing malicious. He just wanted to get from one point to the other.
he just wanted a ride.
Don't be scared.
And my mom just like kind of believed it.
I mean, I would have embraced that story as well, just so that I'm not scared every time I think of freaking passing that.
For real. But yeah, that's another one. Yeah.
Thank you. Well, I'm gonna wrap it up now because I'm gonna probably
Same.
end it. Thank you, Guido, for doing this. I am so happy that you're my first guest because you're also my friend. So it was really fun talking about this with you.
Thank you. It was really fun.
All right. That was it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this very first podcast for Papiamystico. I will come back to you in a couple of weeks again. Remember, I'm moving, so have a little patience with me. And I'm sure I will provide more, hopefully great podcasts in the future. Don't forget to leave a comment and like the video. Thank you, guys. Bye.